Today on the Hopefulist, not everyone is going to like you, and that's okay. Some new television for us, and my new mission.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning on this Taco Tuesday. It is September 10th, 2019. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And we are going to be talking about a new mission that I'm on to hopefully get me some more listeners, a little more people involved, some more people to discover the Hopefulist and how getting your daily dose of inspiration and positivity is so good for you, right? Right. Okay, so it's Tuesday. Yesterday, a couple of new talk shows kicked off. I missed the new one with Tamron Hall. I am very interested in that one. So I will make sure to check that out today. I did get a chance to see the Kelly Clarkson show. I'm not sure what I think so far. A lot of singing in it, which I guess makes sense because she's a singer. She did this whole 9 to 5 video with a bunch of women workers to kick off the show. I don't know if that's how the show is going to open every day. But then she went in and talked to a lot of the people who were in the video with her and asked them about their jobs. There was police officers and firefighters and construction workers and mechanics and all of these jobs that have traditionally been for men that women are doing. So she did have The Rock on, and she also had Steve Carell introduce her. You remember from the 40-Year-Old Virgin, he screamed at Kelly Clarkson when he was getting his chest waxed. Yeah, so she got him to do that, so that was pretty funny. So I'm going to keep watching it. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm not really sure about it yet. I love me some Kelly Clarkson. I hope she does well. I think she's awesome. I think she's so real and down to earth, and I hope that shines through. I was a little bored with the first show, though, I've got to say, so I hope she steps it up a little bit. I'm going to check out Tamron Hall today. Now, also, last night on HGTV, which I do not have, so I could not check it out, a Very Brady renovation aired its first night. I don't know how many of them there are, but, yeah, it's, these kids who are in their 60s now, kind of crazy. Barry Williams had said that it's not like this was a home that they lived in and moved from. He goes, we kind of always just lived there because we just saw it constantly throughout the years, I guess, through reruns and on television and, doing movies and all of that kind of stuff throughout the years. There were a ton of movies, too. Do you remember all those movies when they got married and there was Christmas movies and there was a bunch of them. Sometimes Marsha would be in it. Sometimes Marsha wouldn't be in it. And she'd be trying to shake the whole Marsha Brady image. And then there was times where Jan wouldn't be in it. And we had a new Jan. Everybody had a problem at one time or the other. So I will be interested to check that out if I ever get the opportunity to see it. Since I said I do not get that channel. We get no channels. 2 football games on last night. Couldn't watch either one of them. You know why? Because they were on ESPN. And guess what? That's right. We do not get that channel. It's amazing to me that we still pay $150 for cable every month and we have no channels. It's a little frustrating, to be honest with you. So I wanted to tell you quickly, I was trying to clean up my phone a little bit, deleting some apps that I don't use anymore. You know how once you delete an app, like they all kind of move around and stuff. And I moved around things purposely and put some of my most used apps on the first screen. But right now I'm so lost because every time I go to my phone, nothing is where it used to be. And like I said, I did this on purpose but it's still taking me a while to figure it out. And then when I go on my iPad, I'm going to look for my app in an old place. And I'm like, oh, wait, it's not there anymore. And then I'm like, wait, yes, it is, because it's my phone that I did, not my iPad. Oh, this technology, it's kind of crazy. Speaking of technology, have you guys seen the DVR Smart Resume? This I can get behind. I am loving the Smart Resume. I think it's only for newer shows. I think I did talk about this before, but it's so good. You hit the fast forward button, excuse me, however much you want it to fast forward. I usually do 2 or 3, and it stops automatically when the show comes back on after the commercials. Brilliant, right? I love it. One of the reasons why I am still chained to the cable company, because I love their DVR. There's certain things I like about having cable. There's other things that are just, well, the cost. The cost is just, it's outrageous. And it's still amazing to me that their prices continue to go up because there are so many people pulling the plug. You would think that the competition would make them bring their prices down. But no, they seem to be going in the other direction. I guess they're just counting on old dinosaurs like me, saying, oh, they'll never get, we'll just make all our money on these old people, and then we'll go out of business. I don't know what their plan is. I just don't know. So I'm on a new mission. Joe and I have talked about this. I have got to up my profile. I've got to build my brand. I have been losing numbers for people who are listening. I thought maybe it was a summer thing. I thought maybe people were just busy on vacation. I thought this week will bump back up. I have even less numbers this week than I have all summer. It's just one day. I'm not panicking. I'm panicking a little bit. But I'm hoping that I'm not boring people. I'm hoping that people are still interested in what I have to say. I hope that people still want their daily dose of inspiration and positivity. So the way that I'm hoping to up my profile, to get my name out there, to let everybody know about the Hopefulist, is to get on Ellen. That's what I got to do. I got to get on Ellen. Hopefulist, positivity, inspiration. She's more about kindness. Maybe I should have started talking about her during Kindness Week. But we are where we are. She just started her show back up yesterday. I did catch her show yesterday. And she does like to have, people on. She had on the women whose picture had gone viral because everybody was posting their kids' first day of school, back to school pictures. And these 4 ladies in Florida posted themselves sitting in chairs in front of the garage in their driveway drinking wine, and posted that as their back to school picture. And that went viral. So she had them on. So we have to either figure out a way for me to go viral, for her to pay attention to me, or we have to get her notice so that she can make me go viral. She likes dogs. I have got me one hell of a cute dog. So I think I'm going to do some videos. I'm going to start tagging her in all of my social media posts. I'm going to do some uploading to her Ellen TV. We will see how it goes. Wish me some luck. Spread the word also about the Hopefulist. If you like what you hear, please, please tell other people. I need the listens. I'm getting a little frantic. Just a little frantic. So that is my new mission. I hope that you wish me well on it. And if you would like to help, anything you put on the group page or whatever, just tag Ellen DeGeneres. I don't know if it's the Ellen Show or Ellen DeGeneres. I'm not sure. I'll look into it. I'll let you know. So today's topic that we're going to be talking about is, if you could change your career, what would you like to do? Jim says, a pastor. I started on that path after high school. An injury derailed me, but there have been times I regretted not pursuing. Marcy says, I would like to be a lawyer, but I already changed careers from the radio biz to my current job as a paralegal. It's okay to change jobs more than once, Marcy. You're allowed to do that. I think you should go to law school, just my opinion. Lori says, I always wanted to be a writer since I was a little girl. Now I wish I was a photographer. Yeah, I'm going to get into that in just a little bit. Christine says, definitely a photographer. Kathy says, novelist. Took writing courses at the local community college and everything. And while I did okay, I just never had the great imagination that some authors do. So I asked her, did you have a book published? And she said, no. But nowadays you could self-publish with all those companies out there. It makes it easier if you did want to write a book and get it out there. Good to know, right? It's on my list of to-do. It's on my 10 dreams, writing a book. Denise says, open a kennel. Joe says, an architect. I wanted to talk about the photographer thing because that's something I had thought about doing a little bit. I have a friend who does some photography locally here, and she's really built up her business. And she's done, she just started with her phone or whatever, like most people do. And then she thought, maybe I have a good eye. Maybe I can get a good camera and take some real shots. And then she kind of pushed her photos. And now she's like booked every summer doing beach portraits and stuff like that. And I kind of felt like if I wanted to pursue that, I'd be copying off of her, which I think back now, it was really silly to think that, because I do think I have an interesting eye. I think that I can get some really cool shots at times. So that's something that I could have developed. I still can. I mean, I really still can. But I've kind of taken a different turn. But, I had originally pursued the music business. I wanted to get into record repping. I wanted to be an A&R rep for a record company. That's the person who goes out and finds new talent. I ended up in radio and ended up loving radio, so I stayed with radio. I had at one point eventually wanted to move on to television. And honest to goodness, it took so much work just to work my way up the ranks in radio, working overnight shifts, working every weekend, working a number of years without any days off, no vacations, working for little to no money. Once I got into a spot in radio where I was making a decent amount of money, I was tired. I didn't want to do it. I'd had to start all over again in television and probably take another pay cut. Because believe it or not, television does not pay well unless you're in like the huge markets. Then, you can make a boatload of money. But until you get to that spot, it's not really that high paying. And again, just like with radio, if you don't have any experience, it's very difficult to get a job, even in the smaller markets. So I kind of rested on my laurels, shall we say. I don't know. I just didn't want to work that hard anymore. I wanted to take a break, and I did. And here I am. Shouldn't have stuck with radio. Can tell you that much. But no, I've had a lot of fun in radio. Most of the time, I have been let go from jobs. Have not been from anything that I've done. Most of the time, it's been companies bought out companies, contracts ended, such and such. I've had a decent amount of success in radio. I've even interviewed with some of the top radio stations in the country, and I did not get those jobs, but just to be interviewed was always a little bit of a feather in my cap. To have these huge program directors of these huge radio stations even consider me, it was flattering, very flattering. So anyway, that's my story. So now I'm going to continue with the Hopefulist, and you'll see me speaking soon on a stage near you. Fingers crossed. I got lots of plans in this little head of mine. Okay, maybe it's a big head. All right. It's a big head. I know I have a big head. So just keep pushing for what you want to do, especially something like photography. There are a million photographers. Do you know why? Because it's easy and inexpensive to do. 2 people on my list said photographer. Just buy a decent camera. You don't even need a decent camera to get started. Just start, taking some great shots with your iPhone or your smartphone and start seeing if somebody's interested in buying them. I've bought pictures from friends of mine, like sunsets, shots, and stuff like that. I have one that is hanging on my wall right now. I went and got it professionally custom framed. Spent a fortune on that baby.